to say I agree with the president for the very first time in a really long time when he said this is way too early to be talking about it. I think talking about 2028 right now is insane. I think we have to make sure we have free and fair elections in 26. Then we can talk about 28. I think we have to make sure we get representative power in Congress that have the ability to tell this president no, that actually act as a co-equal branch of the government. Like, no, we don't want to do an unnecessary war. No, we don't need the ballroom. No, please don't gild these horses. No, no, no. We need people like that. John Cornyn made a comment that sounded a little bit like that recently, where he was like, we can't rein this guy in. We have no power to do this. And I'm like, okay, then we have to look to 26 to put people in office that actually do feel like they have the power to rein this president in. Because if they can't tell him no to gilded horses, they're certainly not going to tell him no when he says, I'm staying in 28. So we need to do something about 26.
No, there is no for the Republican member of the panel. Because every time we say Donald Trump is going to do X, Y, and Z, some conservative panel member goes, oh, you're just being an extremist. And then Donald Trump goes out and does X, Y, and Z. And they go, well, you misunderstood it, or, it's for the betterment of the country. It's always some fucking excuse. But they always start off with, well, he's never going to, that's never really going to be the case, right? That's not the case. Right? Remember when they all told us that he wasn't going to, would never consider a national abortion ban? And now his attorney general is out there talking about how, what we need to do is we need to make sure that the Dobbs decision is permanent in every state. So I don't want to hear, when people talk about him not leaving. But she's exactly right. It is way too early to be talking about 28. I get asked it all the time on my lives over on YouTube, right? Well, who do you think's going to, who should be the presidential candidate in 28? Who should be the president? Can we get through 26 first? We don't even know who's going to emerge from 26. Remember, Barack Obama was an unknown when he came out of nowhere. We don't even know who the next candidate could be, but because we might not even know their name. I mean, we're talking about the regular candidates, right? Pete Buttigieg. Some people are talking about AOC. Some people are talking about Gavin Newsom, J.B. Pritzker. People are throwing Bernie Sanders and Kamala Harris around again. Two people that should definitely not run again. But there could be an unknown in the races that we're not even looking at yet. And we need to focus on 26. We got to stop looking past the election that's right in front of us towards the election that's 2 years away. We need to regain power now in Congress. We need to make sure that we take back the House of Representatives so that we can stop this economic agenda in its tracks. We can begin to investigate some of the things he's already done and pass legislation for the betterment of the American people. And we need to do our level best to try and take the Senate. I don't think we're going to, so that we can stop his judicial confirmations. 28 is 2.5 years away. We should be focusing on November of 26 and only November of 26.